What if I told you the reason you keep tossing and turning at night isn't your age, but the lamp in your living room? It sounds unbelievable, right? For years, men over 60 have been told that poor sleep is just part of getting older, that waking up groggy and restless is normal. But here's the truth. It's not your years, it's your light. Every time you flip on a bright LED bulb at 9 p.m. or scroll on your phone under that cold blue glow, you're sending the wrong signal to your brain. You're telling your body it's still daytime, when in fact it should be winding down, preparing for deep, healing rest. This tiny mistake, something so ordinary you don't even notice it, can throw off your body's internal clock, the very clock that regulates sleep, energy, hormones, even mood. So before you blame your age, before you accept another restless night as just the way it is, let me ask you again, what if the light in your own home is silently stealing your sleep? I'm Dr. Katherine Rocker, and for more than 30 years I've walked side by side with men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. Men who once believed their best nights of rest were behind them. Men who thought tossing and turning, waking up at 2 a.m., and dragging through the next day were just the price of getting older. But I've seen something different. I've seen men restore deep, restorative sleep. I've seen them wake up refreshed, confident, and ready to engage with life again. And here's the surprising part, it didn't come from a pill, a machine, or a complicated treatment plan. It came from something as simple as changing the way they use light in the evening. Tonight, I want to share that with you. Not as a lecture, not as a list of rules, but as a conversation. Think of me as a friend who's been in the trenches with thousands of men like you, who knows the struggle and has seen the turnaround. So let's talk about the light that shapes your nights, and how a small evening ritual can transform not only your sleep, but the way you feel when you wake up tomorrow. Let me introduce you to Martin, a 70-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio. For most of his life, Martin lived by routine, early mornings, long shifts, late nights. But after retirement, something shifted. Every evening he would settle into his recliner, turn on the big flat-screen TV, and let it run until close to midnight. The room was lit with bright overhead LEDs, his phone glowing in his hand as he scrolled through the news before bed. It seemed harmless, just the way he wound down. But here's what happened. Martin started waking up more often during the night. He'd toss and turn, sometimes staring at the ceiling for hours. He got up to use the bathroom 2 or 3 times, and when morning came, he felt heavy, foggy, and far older than his years. I thought my body was just wearing out, he told me, his voice low, almost defeated. I figured broken sleep was just part of being 70, but what Martin didn't realize, and what so many men don't know, is that it wasn't his age at all. It was the light surrounding him every single evening, tricking his brain, blocking his natural sleep hormone, and keeping his body clock out of sync. So what was really happening to Martin? Let's break it down. Your body runs on something called the circadian rhythm, your internal clock. This clock is designed to follow the rise and fall of the sun. In the morning, natural light triggers a surge of cortisol to wake you up, sharpen your mind, and get your heart pumping. At night, darkness signals your brain to release melatonin, the hormone that slows everything down and ushers you into deep, healing sleep. But here's the problem. Modern life has filled our evenings with artificial light, bright TVs, glowing phones, harsh LED bulbs. These lights give off a powerful blue spectrum that tells your brain, it's still daytime, and when your brain believes it's daytime, it does exactly what it's designed to do. It shuts down melatonin. No melatonin means no signal for sleep. The body doesn't fully relax, blood pressure stays a little higher, the heart works a little harder, and the brain misses its nightly chance to repair memory, balance hormones, and reset energy. Think of it like this, your brain is a grandfather clock. It needs darkness to wind down and reset each night. But when evening light is too bright, it's like someone keeps nudging the clock's hands forward. The gears never line up, and the whole system starts drifting off beat. That's why Martin, and so many men like him, feel restless at night and drained in the morning. It's not age, it's light sending the wrong message. Now that you understand the science, let's turn it into action. This isn't complicated. It's not expensive. It's simply about giving your brain the right signal at the right time. I call it the evening light ritual. Step 1. Dim the lights 1 hour before bed. Turn off the bright overhead bulbs. Instead, switch to softer lamps, or even better, use a small table lamp with a warm amber or yellow bulb. This simple change tells your brain, the sun has set, it's time to prepare for rest. Step 2. Limit screens during that same hour. Your TV, phone, and tablet all pump out blue light, the enemy of melatonin. If you must use them, apply a blue light filter or wear amber-tinted glasses. But the best choice is to set them aside, even if just for 30 minutes. Think of it as letting your mind breathe in the dark. Step 3. End with 5 minutes of gentle light and slow breathing. Choose a single soft light source, a lamp, a candle, or even a salt lamp. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let the warm glow become your signal that the day is over. This small ritual doesn't just calm the body. It anchors your circadian rhythm, night after night, until sleep becomes natural again. Together, these steps create a ceremony of closure. You're not just turning off lights, you're turning on your body's ability to heal. Let me paint 2 pictures for you. Picture 1. George, 68, keeps his evenings just as they've always been. Bright kitchen lights glowing, the TV blaring until midnight, phone in hand while lying in bed. He tells himself, it's just how I relax, but his nights say otherwise. He tosses and turns, wakes up 3 or 4 times, drags himself to the bathroom, and greets the morning already tired. His body clock is confused, his energy low, and his confidence slipping away. Picture 2. Samuel, 70, decided to try the evening light ritual. 1 hour before bed, he dims his lights and puts his phone away. He turns on a soft lamp, sips a glass of water, and spends 5 minutes in quiet breathing under that warm glow. Within a week, his nights begin to change. He falls asleep faster. He stays asleep longer. By morning, he feels lighter, more rested, and his wife notices he's more present and energetic. 2 men, same age, same stage of life, but opposite outcomes. The difference isn't luck, genetics, or medication. It's light. One man lets it disrupt him, the other lets it heal him. Which path will you choose? Now, before we talk about the full transformation, let's address the traps that so many men fall into at night, habits that quietly rob them of sleep without them even realizing it. Mistake number 1. Bright screens right before bed. Whether it's scrolling on a phone, catching the late-night news, or watching a show in bed, the blue light coming off those screens is like a punch to melatonin. It keeps your brain wired as if it's still noon. Mistake number 2. Harsh overhead lighting. Many homes have switched to energy-saving LED bulbs, which are powerful but heavy in blue light. Keeping those lights on until bedtime sends the wrong message. It's still daytime. Your brain never makes the shift into sleep mode. Mistake number 3. Falling asleep with the TV on. It may feel comforting, but that flickering light keeps your nervous system on alert. Even if your eyes are closed, your brain still senses the light, blocking the depth of sleep your body desperately needs. Mistake number 4. Ignoring the bedroom environment. Some men leave hall lights or even bathroom lights on all night, just in case. But that stray light leaks into the bedroom, weakens melatonin, and fragments sleep. Darkness should be complete, like a signal that it's safe to fully rest. Each of these mistakes might seem small, but together, they create a pattern of confusion in your body clock. And over time, that pattern shows up as fatigue, irritability, and the sense that your best sleep is gone. The good news? Just as these mistakes stack up against you, the right choices can stack up for you. And the changes often happen faster than you think. One of the most common questions I hear is, "Doctor, if I make these changes, how long will it take before I feel better?" The truth is, your body responds more quickly than you might believe. After 7 nights, most men notice they fall asleep faster. That endless tossing and turning begins to fade. Nighttime bathroom trips may still happen, but they're fewer, and the quality of rest between them is deeper. You wake with a little more clarity, a little less heaviness in the morning. After 14 nights, something shifts. Sleep feels steadier, more continuous. Your energy during the day rises. Morning fog lifts, and your mood evens out. Many men report feeling lighter in their bodies, less tension, less irritability. Even intimacy feels easier, because your body is finally recovering at night instead of just lying awake. After 30 nights, this is where transformation happens. Your circadian rhythm, the master clock inside your brain, begins to reset. You fall asleep naturally, without effort. You sleep through the night with fewer interruptions. You wake up refreshed, with energy that carries you through the day. It feels less like a struggle and more like a return to the man you used to be. In just 1 month, by changing nothing more than how you use light in the evening, you can shift your entire rhythm. Not with pills. Not with complicated treatments. But with a simple, powerful ritual that honors the way your body was designed to work. For decades, men have been told a lie, that poor sleep is just part of aging. That once you reach your 60s or 70s, restless nights, early waking, and daytime fatigue are normal. But let me remind you, your body is not broken. It's simply waiting for the right signal. Sleep problems after 60 are not an expiration date stamped on your biology. They are the result of habits, environments, and signals that confuse your brain's clock. And that means they are reversible. Your brain is still capable of producing melatonin. Your body is still capable of sinking into deep, restorative sleep. Your hormones are still capable of resetting overnight. None of that has been taken away from you. What you need is not a prescription or a quick fix, but a return to what your body already knows: darkness at night, light in the morning, a rhythm that's been built into humanity for thousands of years. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "It's just my age," stop. Replace that belief with this truth: my body can heal if I give it the right cues. You are not too old. You are not too late. Your nights, and your energy, can still be restored. I want you to know something important: you are not alone in this. Across the country, thousands of men over 60 are quietly struggling with the same restless nights, the same heavy mornings, the same belief that sleep has slipped away for good. But here's the difference: when men begin sharing their experiences, something powerful happens. A sense of hope returns. One man says, "I dimmed my lights last night, and I actually slept through until 5 a.m. Another writes, "After 2 weeks, I feel like I've gained back 10 years of energy." These stories aren't just encouragement, they're proof that change is possible. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried dimming your lights before bed? Have you noticed how screens affect your nights? Leave a comment and share your story. I read every single one, because your experience may be the very thing that gives another man the courage to try. This isn't just about you or me, it's about building a circle of men who refuse to give up on their nights, their health, and their vitality. When one man restores his sleep, his family feels it, his friends see it, and his life begins to expand again. So don't stay silent. Join the conversation. Together, we can prove that after 60, sleep is not lost, it's waiting to be reclaimed. Let me leave you with this. Evening light can either be a silent thief, stealing your rest night after night, or it can become your greatest healer, guiding your body back into rhythm. The choice is not complicated. It's as simple as dimming the brightness, turning down the noise, and giving your brain the darkness it has always needed to restore itself. Imagine this: 30 nights from now, you're not dreading bedtime. You're welcoming it. You slip into sleep easily, you stay asleep, and you rise in the morning with energy you thought was gone. That is not a dream. That is your biology waiting for the right cue. You are not broken. You are rebuildable. And it starts tonight, with one small ritual, one soft light, and one decision to honor your body's natural clock. If this message spoke to you, share it with a brother, a friend, or a father who deserves to sleep deeply again. Click like, so more men can discover this truth, and subscribe so we can keep walking this road together. Because after 60, your nights are not over. They can be the beginning of a new rhythm, one built on rest, strength, and renewal.